Hello, and welcome back to Real Talk with Tara. Today I'm kind of going to talk to you about what you already know, how corrupt the media is. CNN has been embarrassed multiple times, along with MSNBC and other major news outlets, for the factually inaccurate stories they consistently run, and I'm sure you can think of a couple yourself. But the main issue with these cases and with these stories that they're publishing is that these stories are staining the name of journalism. Journalism used to be about reporting the cold hard facts. Journalism used to be about reporting what the government didn't want you to know. Journalism used to be about publishing what the elites didn't want you to know. But now it's publishing things that the elites support. Why is that? Because big tech entered the scene. Journalism has become about who has a blue check. It's become about who gets the most retweets and who gets the most likes. Journalists have turned into pseudo-celebrities pumping out narratives that they seem to care about. Narratives that their college professors probably dumped into them during their years of schooling. Of course, though, when your entire focus becomes on who can get the most retweets and likes, you're obviously going to hop on any story that you see. This has happened many times in the last few years. With the Western Journal, we have strong editorial standards, and we make sure to bring you news that we know to be factually true. We don't spin you a narrative that the mainstream media and elites are going to like. However, when they're publishing these things, we see time and time again that they're giving us what they shouldn't, and that is martyrs. The most dangerous thing you can give your enemy is a martyr. Why is that? It gives you someone to point to be like, look, we have evidence of this, and we see what you did to this person, and we know that this is a case based in reality. And three of those most common cases that we've seen are most notably Kyle Rittenhouse, Nick Sandmann, and Kyle Kashuv. All three of these young men were maligned in different ways. With Kyle Kashuv, he was maligned as a white supremacist or this young man who had no idea what he was talking about. Why? Because he survived the Parkland shooting, and he also was defending Second Amendment rights. When it comes to Nick Sandmann, he also was maligned. Why? Because he smiled at someone at a protest. Again, if you read the headlines, you would read that he's a crazy radical Trump supporter who is a vicious white supremacist attacking a protester and supposedly using racial slurs. We know that's not the case now, and Nick Sandmann definitely knows that, considering he walked away with millions of dollars from CNN for defaming him. And finally, we have our most recent example, Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse barely escaped life in prison, probably, for what would have been his mark as a white supremacist shooter who was going around killing people willy-nilly in Kenosha. At least that's what the media wanted you to believe. Joe Biden himself wanted you to believe that. Back in 2020, when he was running for president, he posted a video of Kyle Rittenhouse and basically said that that young man was a white supremacist. Of course, we know that's not the truth. What all of these examples show is examples of how the media turns to the narrative rather than the truth. They're so focused on getting their clicks and getting their likes that they don't actually look at the fact that these people are human beings. They don't look at their side of the story. In fact, we use the Twitter mob as a gauge for reality. And of course, we know that that's not the case. Fake news media does exist, and it does have serious implications. And that's the real talk.